everyone, this is Cleofe again, and today I'm going to show you how to crochet this summer shrug. This shrug has a lacy design, so it's perfect for summer. Quick and easy to make. Just make 2 panels of exactly the same pattern, attach them on the shoulder and at the bottom, and it's done. So let's get started. For the materials, I'm using this leftover yarn I have in my stash. This is Snuggly Wuggly Big Yarn by Loops and Threads brand. And there's about half left. This is size 4 medium weight yarn. And the original packaging, it looks like this one. I'm also using size J 6mm crochet hook, a blunt needle, pair of scissors, markers, and tape measure. So let's start with a knot and chain 127. So this is now 127 chains. Row 1, single crochet in second chain from hook. So 1, 2, single crochet here. Chain 1. Skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the next stitch right here we're going to do our shell. So shell is 5 treble crochets with 2 chains in between. So on this stitch we're going to do our treble crochet. So to treble, we're going to yarn over twice, insert in the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then chain 2. This is our first treble crochet. Second treble crochet in the same stitch. And we're going to do 5. Chain 2. Third treble crochet in the same stitch. Chain 2. Fourth treble crochet. Chain 2. And fifth treble crochet in the same stitch. And we just did our shell, and this is what it looks like. So 5 treble crochets. Chain 1, skip 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the next stitch, single crochet. Then repeat the pattern. Chain 1, skip 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the next stitch, shell. So first treble crochet, chain 2, second treble crochet in the same stitch, chain 2, third treble crochet, chain 2, fourth treble crochet, chain 2, and fifth treble crochet. And we just did our second shell, 5 treble crochets. And from here, chain 1, skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet in the next stitch. Repeat, chain 1, skip 4 stitches, 4, and on the next stitch, shell again. So first, chain 2, second, chain 2, third, chain 2, fourth treble crochet in the same stitch, chain 2, and last treble crochet. Then repeat, chain 1. So repeat this pattern across. I'll be cutting off the video and I'll be back towards the end of the row. So I'm here now towards the end of the row. I just did my shell and chain 1, then skip 4 stitches. And on the next stitch, single crochet, chain 1, skip 4 stitches. So at this point there are 5 stitches left. So on the last stitch, skip 4. And on the last stitch, we're going to do a treble crochet, chain 2, another treble crochet. So this is a half shell, so just 3 treble crochets instead of 5. Chain 2 and last treble crochet. So 3 treble crochets in the last stitch. So this is how to end row 1, and this is what row 1 looks like. Row 2. From here, we're going to chain 1, turn, single crochet in the first stitch, which is the treble crochet right here, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip next chain 2 space, this one, and go to the next chain 2 space and double crochet on that stitch, chain 2, skip the next 2 chain 1 space, this one chain 1 space, and this chain 1 space, skip that one and go to the next chain 2 space right here and double crochet, chain 3, 2, 3. Now skip the next chain 2 space, skip this one and go to the middle treble crochet, this one, and single crochet on that stitch, chain 3, repeat the pattern, skip the next chain 2 space, this one, and go to the next chain 2 space and double crochet on that stitch, chain 2, skip the chain 1 spaces, the 2 chain 1 spaces, this one and this one, and go to the next chain 2 space right here and double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip the next chain 2 space and single crochet on the treble crochet stitch right here on the middle treble crochet, chain 3, skip next chain 2 space and go to the next and double crochet on that stitch. This is what it looks like. So from here to continue, chain 2, skip the chain 1 spaces, go to the next chain 2 and double crochet, chain 3, single crochet on the middle treble crochet stitch right here, chain 3, skip the next chain 2 and go to the next and double crochet. So repeat this pattern across. I'll be cutting off the video and I'll be back towards the end of the row. So I'm here now towards the end of the row. I'm just going to continue with the pattern. So from here I just did my chain 2. Now I'm going to skip the chain 1 spaces, this one and this one, and go to the next chain 2 and double crochet, chain 3, single crochet on the middle treble crochet of the shell right here, chain 3, skip the next chain 2 space and go to the next chain 2 and double crochet on that stitch, chain 1. Now to end this row, just treble crochet on the last stitch like this. So this is the last stitch. Just do a treble crochet on that stitch. And this is how to end row 2, and this is what row 2 looks like. Row 3. From here, we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn. And on the first stitch right here, we're going to do treble crochet, chain 2, and another treble crochet in the same stitch. So this is a half shell. Chain 1, skip the next chain 3 space, this one, single crochet in the next single crochet stitch right here. Chain 1, skip the next chain 3 space, this one, and on the next chain 2 space right here, we're going to do our shell. So 5 treble crochet, so this is the first, then chain 2, second treble crochet, chain 2, third treble crochet, chain 2, fourth treble crochet, chain 2, and fifth treble crochet. So we just did our full shell. Chain 1, skip the chain 3 space, single crochet in the next stitch right here, chain 1, skip the next chain 3 space again, and repeat the pattern or repeat shell on the chain 2 space right here. Second treble crochet, chain 2, third treble crochet, chain 2, fourth treble crochet, chain 2, and fifth treble crochet. This is what it looks like. Then continue, chain 1, skip chain 3 space, this one, single crochet in the next, chain 1, skip the chain 3 space, and shell again on the chain 2 space. Third treble crochet, chain 2, fourth treble crochet, chain 2, and fifth treble crochet. Then chain 1. So repeat this pattern across. I'll be cutting off the video and I'll be back towards the end of the row. So I'm here now towards the end of the row. So I'm just going to continue with the pattern, and at this point my next step would be to skip the chain 3 space and shell in the next chain 2. So first, second treble, chain 2, third treble crochet, chain 2, fourth treble crochet, chain 2, and fifth treble crochet. Then chain 1, and to end this row, we're going to, on the last stitch here, we're just going to single crochet on that stitch. So this is how to end row 3, and this is what row 3 looks like. Row 4, chain 5, turn, skip the chain 1 space and go to the next right here, next chain 2 and double crochet in that stitch, chain 3, skip the next chain 2, this one, and go to the next treble crochet and single crochet on that stitch, chain 3, skip chain 2 space, go to the next chain 2 and double crochet on that stitch, chain 2, skip chain 1 spaces, this one and this one, and go to the next and repeat the pattern, double crochet in that chain 2 space, chain 3, skip the next chain 2 space and go to the treble crochet and single crochet on that stitch, chain 3, skip the next chain 2 space, this one, and go to the next and double crochet on that stitch. This is what it looks like. Continue, chain 2, skip chain 1 spaces, and repeat the pattern again of double crochet in the next chain 2 space. Chain 3, skip the next chain 2 and single crochet on the treble crochet on the middle treble crochet. Chain 3, skip the next chain 2 space and go to the next chain 2 space and double crochet. So repeat this pattern across. I'll be cutting off the video and I'll be back towards the end of the row. So I'm here now towards the end of the row. I'm just going to repeat, continue with the pattern, chain 2, skip 2 spaces, chain 1 spaces, go to the next chain 2 and double crochet, chain 3, single crochet on the middle treble crochet here, chain 3, skip next chain 2 and go to the next chain 2 and double crochet on that stitch, chain 2, skip chain 1 spaces and go to the next chain 2 and double crochet on that stitch. Now to end this row, we're going to chain 3, and on the 4th chain of the turning chain here, 4th, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet on that stitch. So this is how to end row 4, and this is what row 4 looks like. Row 5, chain 1, turn, single crochet in the first stitch right here, chain 1, skip the next chain 3 space, this one, and on this chain 2 space, next chain 2, shell. So first treble, chain 2, second treble, chain 2, third treble, chain 2, fourth treble, chain 2, and the 5th treble to complete our shell. This is what it looks like. Chain 1, skip chain 3 space, single crochet in the next single crochet here, chain 1, so repeat the pattern now, chain 1, skip the chain 3 space, under the next chain 2, shell again. So first treble, chain 2, second treble, chain 2, third treble, chain 2, fourth treble crochet, chain 2, and 5th treble crochet. This is what it looks like. So continue, chain 1, skip chain 3 space, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip chain 3 space, and on the next chain 2 here, shell again. So first treble, chain 2, second treble, chain 2, third treble crochet, chain 2, fourth treble crochet, chain 2, and 5th treble crochet. Then chain 1. So repeat this pattern across. I'll be cutting off the video and I'll be back towards the end of the row. So I'm here now towards the end of the row. At this point, I'm going to shell on the chain 2 space. So first treble crochet, chain 2, second treble crochet, chain 2, third treble crochet, chain 2, fourth treble crochet, chain 2, and 5th treble crochet. Chain 1, skip the chain 3 space, single crochet in the next stitch right here, chain 1, skip the chain 3 space again, and to end this row, half shell on the 4th chain of the turning chain here. So on this stitch, treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet in the same stitch, chain 2, and last treble crochet in the same stitch. So half shell. So this is how to end row 5, and this is what row 5 looks like. So for rows 6 to 19, just repeat rows 2 to 5 respectively. So I'll continue my work. I'll be cutting off the video, and I'll be back when I'm done with row 19 to show you the next step. So this is now what my piece looks like after row 19. And this is the close-up of the pattern. And I just did my first panel. Make another panel of exactly the same pattern because we're going to need 2 panels for this shrug. So these are now my 2 panels of exactly the same pattern. This is laid right side facing up. What I'm going to do next is move this panel on top of the other one like this. I'm going to get a tape measure, and starting from the side, on the 11.5 mark, put a marker, and on the 22.5 mark, another marker. So the space in between the markers will be my neck opening. And from this marker here, from here all the way to the left edge right here, I'm going to attach the pieces together. And so is with the other on the right side. So I'm going to show how I attach the shoulder part together. So this is the last stitch. I'm going to insert on the top piece, insert in the corner stitch, and then pull through the last stitch here like this, and start my stitches. So from here I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and on the next stitch right here on the double crochet stitch right here, I'll start here with half double crochet on both edges, on both pieces. Then half double crochet on the next chain 2 space right here. Then single crochet in the next treble crochet stitch right here. Single crochet in the next chain 2 space, single crochet in the next treble, single crochet in the next chain 2 space, and single crochet in the next treble stitch on both pieces. And on the next chain 2 space, half double crochet on the next treble crochet stitch like this, and then on the chain 1 space, on the single crochet stitch, this one, treble crochet on those stitches like this. So I'm trying to make it a straight line instead of a scallop. Then double crochet on the treble crochet stitch again like this, and half double crochet on the next chain 2 space. Then single crochet, 5 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then half double crochet, double crochet, and treble crochet on the single crochet stitch right here. And this is what it looks like. So continue this pattern all the way to the marker here. And this is what I did to end this row. So on the marker, on the stitch, I'm going to double crochet on the last stitch here, and then just single crochet on the next stitch and fasten off. So this is how I end attaching the pieces together, and this is what it looks like. And on the opposite side of the shoulder, I'm gonna show you also how I attach. So I'm just gonna insert on this top corner stitch here on both pieces like this, and pull a fresh yarn like this, tie to join, and start my stitch right here. So pull through, chain 1, and single crochet in the next stitch right here, and then half double crochet on the chain 2 space, double crochet on the treble stitch like this, and treble crochet on the single crochet stitch right here. Then double crochet on the treble crochet stitch on the next stitch, double crochet, half double crochet, and then 5 single crochets starting here. So repeating the opposite side, which I just showed you. So continue until the marker here. So this is now what it looks like attached together. So this is the top shoulder side. Then if I move it down here on the bottom side, I also attached them together, and these measures about 8.5 inches. So from here, about 8.5 inches. Sew them together like this. So this is what it looks like. So I use whip stitch to sew them together. So this will be the body opening, and on the opposite side, the same 8.5, attach them together to using whip stitch. And last thing that I'm going to work on is the armhole. So we're almost done. So I want to give a clean finish on the armhole, so I'm going to crochet 1 row of single crochet around the armhole, and I kind of want to decrease it too. So I'm going to flip the piece right side out and start here using the long tail. I'm going to start my stitch here, yarn over, pull through, chain 1, 2 single crochets in the space, single crochet like in the middle stitch right here, single crochet in the next stitch. Then I'm gonna get another yarn because I ran out, and tie to join together. 2 single crochets in the next space, single crochet in the next stitch, 2 single crochets in the space, and single crochet in the middle stitch here. So this is the pattern that I kind of use, 2 single crochets in space and single crochet in the stitch. So it looks like this. And then on this part here where the 2 pieces are joined together, where I sew them together, I just single crochet in each stitch here like this. So this is what it looks like, and then continue with a pattern of 2 single crochets in space and single crochet in the next. So I'm about to end the row. To end this row, just slip stitch on the first stitch here and fasten off. And do the same step on the opposite side of the armhole, the other armhole. So we're done now. Just weave the ends and we're done. And this is now what my piece looks like, all cleaned up and all done. So I'm going to show you, this is the body opening right here. And this is the neck opening right here. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you like this video and please subscribe.